It was a dark chapter in America's history. Following the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941, hundreds of thousands of Japanese Americans were rounded up and held in internment camps.
This Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month, ABC 15's Eleni Dow is sitting down with a man who was incarcerated as a young boy and is now reflecting on the lasting impact of this historic injustice.
16,655 cranes.
In Japanese culture, folding 1,000 cranes, you earn a wish.
All folded by people across the country to display at the Chandler Museum about Japanese internment camps.
How many should we do? And she said we should do 16,655, the number of people that were incarcerated at Gila River.
That number is for only one of 2 internment camps in Arizona for Japanese Americans back in World War II.
My recollection is when I was 4, we got on a bus, sort of like a Greyhound bus, and they bused us to Poston, Arizona.
Richard Matsushi, at 87 years old today.
These are birds that my mom and dad made in Poston while they were incarcerated.
Telling me about the time he was incarcerated at the Poston, Arizona camp, learning a lot more after the fact from his family.
The conditions that we were living under were very, very sparse. Our room was one room with a bare light bulb and a potbelly stove in the center for heat.
These photos from the National Archive, not of Matsushi.
During World War II, there was a lot of fear that Japanese Americans may be saboteurs.
Roughly 120,000 Japanese Americans were in camps for more than 3 years from different states.
Unfortunately, due to racism and potentially fear of this impact on the economies of the West, Executive Order 9066 was passed by President Franklin Roosevelt that allowed the military to forcibly remove Japanese Americans.
Eventually, President Reagan wrote a formal apology to Japanese Americans for locking them up. And now memorialized in this Chandler Museum exhibit.
This was a time when our country got the idea wrong, wrongful incarceration because of someone's looks.
But also, in Matsushi's mind,
I just wondered what I would have done if I were your age and I was incarcerated. People said, well, why didn't you protest? How are you going to protest when the government is what's doing it to you?
And his own history.
I don't want to see it happen again. It should never happen.
I'm Eleni Dow, ABC 15, Arizona.